situation in your life where it just feels like the walls are closing in on you, where your mind is running on that situation, whether you're actually engaged in it or not, over and over, or you just keep trying to find a solution to a problem and you can't really engage or enjoy any other parts of your life? I'm Linda Ferguson of NLP Canada Training, and I would like to take a few minutes to walk you through a simple exercise for pushing back those walls and seeing that there's lots of room around and that you have what you need to navigate through this situation and get to what's on the other side. If you want to play, sit back, be comfortable. You can keep your eyes open or closed. But just begin with your focus where it already is, on this situation that feels so pressing. And as you sit here thinking about that thing you've been thinking about, just let your attention move half a step sideways so that instead of being in your body, in your mind, experiencing this situation, you're watching yourself have this experience. Or you're telling yourself the story of how a person who looks and sounds like you is having this experience. So then instead of being, "Ah, I'm so tense," you say, "Oh, that person is so tense. I can see it in the back of their neck or in the way they're holding their shoulders." And that person is thinking, and just take a few minutes and describe from just half a step away what that person who looks and sounds like you is experiencing as they think about this situation that they need to solve or to get through. And then let your attention get just a little bigger because you probably are sitting somewhere surrounded by walls. And the situation you are trying to influence probably also involves you being somewhere physical. So just pull back your attention so you could see that person who looks and sounds like you in a physical space. And just notice what that space is like. Are they sitting at a computer right up against it? Are they hunched over a phone? What is around them? And as you move your head around 365 degrees and up and down, just become aware of this space that contains this situation. And then notice that this situation probably involves other people. As social creatures, most of the things in our life involve either people who are really involved and physically present, or people who are part of our thinking, voices we hear in our head from the past telling us what they think about the situation. So just as you have looked around the physical space, look around the people who are part of this situation. And again, if you're visualizing, just see them and notice them. But if you find it hard to visualize, that's okay. Tell yourself about them. Tell the story of how different people are part of this situation. And then those people and this situation are part of a bigger environment. Think about that. Let your imagination stretch out, not to create something new, but just to see what's real. That you are a person in a space connected to other people in other spaces, and all of that space is contained by a bigger environment. And allow your eye to roam as if it were a camera to see the connection between this situation and the bigger environment around it. Or if you prefer, tell yourself a story or an analysis of how this situation is part of something much bigger. And then, because we don't just live one moment at a time, but in our brains, all times are present together. The past stored as memory, the future put together and stored as we think about possible things that might happen. And so just allow your attention to be not trapped in this particular moment, but to include the time setting for this situation, going back in time to where it begins, moving forward in time to where it's resolved. Now take another breath or two, relaxed or not, but let the oxygen in. Drop your shoulders. Come all the way back and ask yourself, now that I have zoomed out to create some space, what's different when I think about this situation and what I will do next? I'm Linda Ferguson, NLP Canada Training. Follow us on YouTube or visit us at nlpcanada.com for more information and more exercises.